surface. The way we do that is right click, hold, face mode, face components. We are now in components. Select that one, hold shift, select that one. I want the other side, so if I go change this to Z, see, Z is going forward and back, object Z. See, what we're going to do is shift right click, extrude face, spacebar, and then here, right? So as you can see, here is our construction. That was our cube 1. This is the bevel, poly bevel 1 that we did this. Here we have extrude face 1, which we just performed extrude. Okay, but you don't see anything right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of do this, do that. You want to be careful because this tool is live and you could accidentally get out of the tool as well, right? So let's say you're still learning how to move around and something happens and you click and then you're like, oh my god, what just happened, right? Well, that tool, that function is still embedded in here, which is, when you're first learning, most of the time students don't realize this, right? So what you want to do is, I need to go back into object mode, right click, object mode. Now if I press T as in Tom, now I pop it back up, right? These are little nuances that has to be shared because it will happen 100%. I'm going to go to the thickness, hold down the control for a poly extrude. This isn't poly bevel, this is poly extrude. Hold down control, thickness, use the left mouse and slide it out like that, see? Like that. I'm looking here, kind of gauging this and this. Right. Then thickness, and then after that offset. Hold on control, hover over here, offset, you slide it towards the right, like that, see? Here, space bar, offset, holding control, and you can control it. Holding control and left click and drag it. Boom. See? Space bar, and see how much we have got done already. Selected, press, alright. What I kind of want to do is I want it to be a little bit chunkier, a little bit more chunkier. So instead of offset, you go back to thickness, hold control, left click and drag it a bit more out, like that. Maybe a bit more like that. I guess 0.97 is fine. Thick. Alright. And then boom. Okay, let's save it. Control Shift S. Unit 303. Then we're good. And then I still want a little bit chunkier. Alright, so from here, what I'm going to do next is I want to just kind of block in the little cylinder neck right here. The reason why I want to put that in more or less soon is that it's to kind of gauge if I have enough surface area on the top roof over here to fit in that cylindrical pipe neck. So what I want to do is go to here, create a polygon cylinder, right? Just click outside if you're still in object mode, right? Making sure. Anyway, here, click on that cylinder. It's down here. I'm gonna go into its inputs, channel blocks, inputs. Make the height baseline -1. I'm looking from the bottom, front and bottom. What I want to share is basically where so you can see this line and this line, right? This is from the bottom. This line here, this line here, these always have to be maintained. My midline here and here is absolutely critical for nearly every model out there. But here, this says your subdivision axes. Now there's 20 like slices of a pie. There's 20 slices of a pie. And that's more than I need for this. Right? It just makes up being more work for me, literally. So I'm gonna drop it down to say every 4. So 20 minus 4 is 16. If I drop down by every 4, the midlines are still intact. So that's 16. 16 is still a lot of lines to work with. I have to go back in and sew every one of these. So I don't want 16. I can go with 14. 16 minus 4 is 12. See how much less it is? Right, still got the midline. Alright. And then I'm going to press W. And I'm going to hold on V as in Victor. See? Watch this. Holding on V as in Victor, it activates this tool right here. It's basically the snapping tool. Hold V as in Victor, and then you carefully grab the green arrow up, and it'll snap, snap, snap. And what's going to happen is going to snap to that top portion. Basically, it knows to snap to one of these points, right? Snap, see? In here, I'm looking and seeing this and this, and looks about right. This one's flush. But as you can see, this is the issue. I'm gonna grab this again. I wanna show you guys about manipulating vertices. It's a good bit to do that now. Selected object mode, right click and hold vertex. We're in vertex mode. Points. Vertices are, probably I mentioned in this class, but vertices are where the edges where they connect, kind of like in geometry, right? The point right there, the connection points. And then I want to go, say for example, the top view. I'm still in 4 for wireframe. And then I'm going to choose, I have object X, Z, which is good. I want to just hover outside, right? I'm in the W tool for move. Hover outside. I'm going to left click and drag like that. See? Again, left click and drag. This is the midline. Right. This is the outer sides. And you see how with the object Z, the front and the rear are both selected. In vertex mode, right? I'm in vertex mode. I'm going to pull. Now I'm going to press 5. Now you can see here, it's kind of like that, right? The reason why I scale, it looks like I'm scaling, but it's more than scaling, because if you try to scale it in object mode, see this object mode, if I scale it, this is an important distinction to share with you guys. There's a huge difference between scaling it like this in object mode and green, that's a big whole chunk, right? If I do this, something, see, when I pull on it a lot, it just skews it. It kind of distorts the actual proportions, right? Many students won't realize this until later, but I want to share it now because it's an easy mistake to do. So again, like I said before, you go to right click and hold, vertex mode, you select those, Object Z, because I'm looking from the top down, forward and back, press W. Now if I pull like this, you notice how the skewing doesn't happen. It still maintains the relative proportion. So I'm going to pull it something like that. I need the spaces here. There's a reason why. Anyway, so I kind of eyeballed it and I yanked on it like this much space for now. It probably needs a bit more. Something like that. Yeah. Maybe pull on it a little bit more. The arrow. Yeah, like maybe a little more. There. You want to give it like this much. This might be a little bit overkill, but whatever. Okay, good. It's good I shared that. Okay, so see right now I'm still in component mode, and whatever you do, you can't get out of it, you know. So that's why, like I said before, you right click and you hold, and you just whip it, the mouse, to object mode, and then you click outside. Okay. So here we are. I'm going to select this again, and then let's say I'm going to go into the inputs for the cylinder. There's this guy right here called caps. If I put in 0, it takes out all the pie slices. There's a reason why I want to show that. I'm going to go right click, face mode, touch that face, right, the component, press backspace to delete it. Here, the inside, select once, press backspace to delete it. There. Now if I press, wait, before I do that, see I'm still in the face mode, right click and hold, object mode, let go, click outside. See, you probably might be wondering, well, it still looks faceted, you know. If I select it, right, I'm in object mode, and you can see here, deleted components, this is our history. Press 3, the 3 key, this is the smooth preview. Now you guys can probably put 2 and 2 together to understand why I reduced the actual initial divisions down to 12. Because going from the original, which is 20 segmentations, right, the pie slices, down to 12 is less work for me to deal with. Because like I said, you have to sew it all back together again, or weld everything together as one mesh. That's another important distinction. It was important to share from the beginning. Now you notice how I select both of it. This line matches with this line. This line matches with this. This line matches with that. This line matches with that for a even distribution to link up and merge, weld all together. Press 1 for the faceted low poly view. These other lines, these faces, right click and hold face mode, choose, let go. These faces, right, they're going to be welded to this here, where there's going to be some modeling done, and that's how it's going to all come together again. Just saying ahead of time. Anyway, so all of that said and done, let's okay, let me save this. Control Shift S, press, type in 4 right there. Always be mindful that you have your .mb still in there. I just changed the number, press enter, good. Alright, so we actually did a lot, and then next step. Alright, so the next step is going to be a little bit jarring, but it's necessary to show right here and now. Is I want to introduce you to the UV mapping and its correlation to 3D modeling. So we're still in modeling menu. I'm going to UV, right here, UV. First one, UV editor, right? When you do that, this will pop out. I'm gonna dump it right. I grabbed it like this, right? The yellow, the white panel border. And then if I hover, see how it turns blue? That means I can dock it. Boom. Pull. And this part, pull. Alright. I'm gonna, this outliner tab, I'm gonna just click it to close it for temporarily. I need space. I'm gonna grab it. So this is its UV right here. This is its a 2D representation of its skin. This is what it came with by default, every polygon. And what I want to share right now is, alright, this is what I want to share. So the UV unwrapping, see this? Imagine if this is the skin, this is his outer skin. This is what it means by to unfold the UVs. So if you pretend that, for example, the blue is the actual mesh, the UV is what's sitting right on top of it, right? For example, say like this right here, this cool representation, right? See how it's like that? Yeah. This is actually here too. I have a whole playlist of unwrapping actual students' models, right? Different shape sizes. It's not all encompassing, but it's a lot. A fair decent amount. And there's a reason why I'm sharing this right here and right now. It's related to modeling to help you do less work in the long run. Anyhow, so we got this going on. UV editor, I go to create, UV editor, create. There's this thing called automatic. I'm gonna click on its option box, edit, reset, at least for me, because I did some tinkering with it. So what I want to do, for example, I'm just going to choose less distortion for now. Default is fewer pieces. That's all I'm going to do. Hit project. Boom. You'll notice this crazy looking thing. Don't get overwhelmed. Basically what happened was that these weird looking holographic looking cards, they're projecting onto the surface, for example, like this, left to right. Here, capturing these images here, here, and here. See this? See how it's lighting up over here? Press F to frame and focus it. This right here, the front, right here, see? All of that. Okay. So, as you can see, you know, it's projecting from the top, projecting from the bottom, shooting up from the back. This is the back, from the front, right? All sides, and you could clearly see it here. See, like that. So that's first taste of you know, what we call UV mapping, right? But it's not the most perfect one. There's something called distortion and whatnot. For example, if I show this, right? If you look here and here, see this right here? It's more squat and kind of chunky. This is more tall, right? This fork section. Right. So what I want to do is this. I'm just gonna select, then say select. I'm in the front. That I'm gonna hide the grid. And then just select. And like I shared before, the quicker way to select, right? I have Object Z, so it's grabbing front and back. Is to go. Let's say I select this, right? I hold Shift and I double click. Okay, now I did it. So again, click once, say go over here or here, wherever, and then Shift, hold on Shift, double click, quickly grabs it, go over here, hold Shift, double click, and hold Shift. Quick selection, right? Then I'm gonna grab this, and this. And then so from here, right, for even better selection, I'm gonna go to Create, Planar, Option Box, right? Create, Planar, Option Box. Okay, let me go edit, reset. This is the default. I just want to do specific projections, one piecemeal at a time, because of the fact that it's not accurate, the automatic projection. You know, it kind of gave me what I kind of want, but we're going to be adding more nuances, details, and I'm just doing this just to prevent more headache. Anyway, so I selected that, right? Make sure you have nothing else selected. I want to project, just blast the projection right in front. And that is Z. See the blue arrow? That's the direction. So I choose Z axis. I want to turn on keep image with height ratio. It's going to be proportionally aligned, right? So on a side note, you know, right here, this keep image with height ratio, have that checked on. Right, remember this wording, right? Because this is not, you don't have this option, keep image with height ratio, to make it exactly proportional. Because if you look under, this is the planar, if you go under the automatic again, option box, you don't have that option. See? Keep image height ratio. I wish it did, it just doesn't. Anyway, that's the reason why we went to use planar. So anyway, create planar option box. Have it set to Z. Keep image with height ratio. Z image height ratio. And then we're gonna hit apply. Boom. See? Perfect. I'm gonna just chuck this over here for now. And what that did was it grabbed both front and back. And then I'm gonna grab, for example, what else? This one, this one, this one, this one, right? And then grab this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. See how it just doesn't, it's not proportionate right. So I'm in faces, right? I grab those, create, planar, option box, set it to Y. If I press W for move tool, Y is green, up and down. Let's set it back to front facing. And then you have your keep image with high ratio turned on, set it to Y, up and down, bounding box, blah blah blah, hit apply, or apply, boom. There you go. Grab it, right, from here. Just kind of dump it around here for now, it's fine. See how it's more evenly, proportionally correct? See, this is this, this, and this. Now this is going to be for the sides. Right? Like this and this. I'm going to blast the projection from the side view. That's going to be on the X. X is red. This way. X. Blah 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 blah. Oh, see? Dump this over here. And then close. Okay, let's save this. Control Shift S. Delete the 4, put in the 5. Okay, so right click and hold edge mode. Okay. Now I'm gonna add the details. But I did the UV mapping ahead of time. But you're gonna see something. I'm gonna, this edge, double click, click, click. Right, W, so you can see the move tool. But I'm just gonna be pressing Q as in Q-tip, because I don't want to accidentally move it. Q is just the touch select. Grab that one. Hold Shift, double click. Again, this is edge mode. Right, edge mode. Right click, edge mode. Shift, hold Shift and double click. With the left mouse, hold Shift and double click. Shift, double click, Shift, double click. Shift, double click, Shift, double click. So remember those, right? Because there's going to be 2 more. I'm just circling around so you can see what I had selected. Press F if the camera's bugging out on you. It's important to select specific edges, because once you do it, there's no going back afterwards and you have to redo it all over again. Alright, the other last parts is this edge. Hold Shift, double click. Right, I'm in object mode Z where it copies. Anything in the front copies to the back. Right, so make sure you have this.